Thank you.
That's the same, yes.
Next one.
Alright. A certain expressway has exits J, K, L, and N. What is the road distance between? Okay. So what I did was I put J, since they're in the same order, we say J, K, L, and M, right? So what is the road distance between K and L? So we assume J is 0, right?
Okay.
So the distance between K and L is the road distance between J and L is 21. So J and L, right, is 21. So that means we know L is 21. Then the distance from K to M is 26. So K to M is 26, right? You know, M minus K is 26. So what is he asking us? What is the distance from K to L? So what it is what we know is L minus J is 21, right? M minus K is 26, right? Then it's asking us for L minus K, right? What is it from L to K? So we know what L is, right? We know L is 21. 21 minus K equals no, L minus K is what? Is X. So we're looking for X. 21 minus K is X. M minus, we don't have enough equation. So, and I know that we need information from what is the road distance between K to L. K to L. So for us to know, so I know A and B is not correct. So of course that's A and B, right? And D is not correct. So A, B, and D is not correct. So, and we don't have enough information. So this one too is the same
No,
thing.
this question you answered is also a kind of Venn. It's also a Venn diagram, because S is where S is JL which they gave. But yeah, it's still JL. S is where S is JL minus S, and this other one that was also given is KM. So this place is KM minus S. So it's still the type of Venn diagram where we don't know. Yes, yeah, where we don't know the total. So things are missing. So we don't know the total. As you rightly say, E is correct. So let's move on now.
Let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
So the next one, car X drove into bridge exactly 3 seconds after car Y drove onto the bridge, and drove off the bridge exactly 2 seconds after car Y drove off the bridge. Wait, so what are we trying to find? Hold on. Car Y traveled across the bridge at a constant speed of 30 miles per hour. So what's the question? Car X drove the bridge exactly 3 seconds after car Y drove onto the bridge. What's the question here? Is there a question?
The question is, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, okay, car X drove the Y across a certain bridge that is 0.5 mile long. How many seconds did it take? Hey, Jesus. How many seconds did it take car X to travel across the bridge? Okay. So let's look at the statement. I'll start with 2. Car Y traveled across the bridge at a constant speed. So we need to know, what are we trying to find? We're trying to find time, right? How many seconds did it take car travel? So we're trying to find
Are you there?
So it's
Okay.
I'm still here. Hold on, hold on, hold on. 3 seconds. So car X drove. So let's even say car X, car Y, and X. So this is 3 seconds, right? 3 seconds, and then they even say they are all moving at a constant, and then drove up the bridge 2 seconds after car. So how many seconds did it take car X to travel across the bridge? We don't have this information. Hold on, hold on, hold on. So we know that we can cross some things out already, right? I feel like the second one has nothing to do. It's not even helping us in anything, right? So the second one, why is? Can you scroll up, please? I want to see option E. Please scroll up. So we know that B is not correct, so I can cross out B, right? And I also know that A alone is not correct, because A alone is not correct because I can't answer that question with just A. Or can I? I don't have anything about the speed. All I know is, oh, something came up 3 seconds. So I can't use B. So if I cross out A and I cross out B, right? So that means D is not correct, right? No, 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 no. Both statements are, so that means so now, so I know A is not correct, I know B is not correct. I know that I don't have enough information, right? So I know C is not correct, right? So
Do you know that from the second statement we can find the time for y?
yeah, but the question is asking about X and not Y. That's the problem.
Do you know that from this first state do you know that from the first statement, if we know s, we know y?
Hold on. Yeah, we know for Y, we know the time, because time is equal to distance divided by speed. So the distance is 0.5 and the speed is 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 30.5 divided by 30 is, I'm overthinking this question. 0.5 divided by 30. Am I doing something right? Okay. 0.5 divided by 30 is 0.02 is time, right? So we know the time. We know the time for Y. Oh, so if we know it's 0.2, how many seconds did it take car X? So okay, so that means we need 2, right?
Yes.
We need speed. We need speed. Okay, so let me rephrase the question. We need speed, right? So if we have speed, so that means we need speed and we need, if we have speed, the question is, does question one help me in any way? Car X drove to the bridge 3 seconds after car Y. So X drove to the bridge 3 seconds. So 3 seconds plus.
You don't say, you are thinking it too much. The thing is, according to statement 1, if we know y, we will know s, because it's related. This, okay, that, okay, I started here, this started here. But we cannot know it because even the y, we don't know y, we don't know s. But according to statement 2, we can know y. We don't even need to calculate it. Now that we know y, we can use it to get s. So both statements combined together is sufficient. Next question.
Hold on. So, wait, what's the question? What's the answer?
The answer is C.
Okay, let's go. Because this one is all those ones that will sleep in exam anyway.
No.
Next.
They say no. You
Come back.
come back. But we can calculate we can calculate the time for y. Okay, but it's not, we are not looking for y, so we are looking for s. So if you bring it back to statement 1, then we can now find s. If you know y, we find s. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Alright, let's go to the next one.
Don't forget that s stand on the mandate of y. In your mandate we shall stand. Okay, so let's move on.
Amen. Next. Yeah, let's move on. I'm not seeing the next one.
But it's coming. Is network. The profit from the sale of a certain appliance increases. Is it there now?
Okay, alright. Yes, I've seen it. The profit from the sale of certain appliance increases, though not proportional with the number of units sold. Did the profit exceed 4 million on sales? I remember this question. Did the profit from the sales, did the profit exceed on the sales of 380,000? Okay. So the profit exceeded 2 million on sales. Okay, so the profit increases when units, so this increases when did the profit exceed 4 million on sales? The profit exceed 2 million. So once this goes up, so the profit exceeded 380,000. Did the profit exceed 4 million on sales of 380,000? So we just need to know 380,000 is above 350 now. So we only need one. So 380,000 is above 350, right?
Yes.
So the answer. So we don't need one. So 2 alone is sufficient. Give me alone.
Yeah.
Statement 2 alone is good. Yeah. 2
Yeah.
alone is sufficient.
2 alone. The most important thing is that increasing, right? It's increasing, but it's not proportional. It's not proportional, but it's increasing. You know, the statement 2. The problem is the profit exceeds 2 million on a sale of 200 units. Yeah, it exceeds 200, but does it exceed 4 million on a sale of 380? No, it might be the sale of 380 can also be 3 million. So but it's still that it is increasing per sales. So the most important thing is that even if you put it at 3 million, it's still above 2 million. But if the profit exceeds 5 million on a sale of 350, so how much for did the profit exceed 4 million on a sale of 380? The profit exceeds 5 million on a sale of 350. You know that the more you sell, the more you earn, right? Because because even the profit exceeds 5 million on a sale of 380, is that not? The profit.
That means if we have 380, the profit exceeds.
Yes, I mean, the question is asking us. What the question is asked is if it exceeds 4 million. Even if the question had asked whether it exceeds 5 million, it will still be true. Yes, because the more you sell, the more you earn, but we don't know how much. How much? It could be one. It could be one extra invitation.
So what's the answer? I thought it was. I thought it was P.
Yes.
So what's the answer?
No, I'm only adding to what you said. I agree with you. Remember that the time is remaining 14 minutes.
Let's go.
Yes, this is also a Venn diagram, depending on how we are looking at it. So this is the third time we are having a Venn diagram.
Directors present at the joint meeting of directors in company K and Y, and no directors were absent. Company K has. Oh, please, can you scroll up? I can't see the question.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm sorry.
So how many directors are in both company? Okay. So how many people are directors of both company
Okay.
But when I said I use my head, how many directors are in both company K and R? So they say there's 17 directors in a meeting, right?
Mm-hmm. But that's not
So we
sufficient,
know
right?
K plus. No, hold on. So K, we know 17 directors jointly so of company K and company R. So we'll just assume K plus R in this instance is 17. Then company K has 12 directors and company R has 8. So I know 12 plus 8 is 20.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So I know there's an overflow of 3.
Okay.
So I know that they are shared directors because when I sum up this thing, right?
Okay.
So how many people are directors of both? So I need all the information. I need all the information and I have it. So A is not correct, B is not correct.
No. A is not sufficient. B is not sufficient. The right way of saying it.
No, A is not. No, statement 1 alone is not sufficient.
Aha.
Statement 2 alone is not sufficient. So I can cross out A and
Aha.
and also D cannot be sufficient. D cannot be
The answer.
correct.
No, there is no need of talking about D. So make it simpler. But just think statement 1. Think about statements. Leave the options. So statement 1 is not sufficient, statement 2 is not sufficient, but if I combine them together it's sufficient. Then I choose C. I think once you know what is sufficient.
So what I used to do,
Okay.
what I used to do is I used to work backwards. I like to cross out things that are not correct. That's the way my brain thinks.
No,
So
it is automatic. There is no need wasting your time. It's automatic. If statement 1, if any of the statement is not sufficient, so D is automatically crossed. No need of saying you walk back. So it is automatically crossed.
D is automatic cross.
Yes.
It's between C and E, but we can solve the answer.
And then is C. So move on. C, and you are correct.
We don't have time, but please move.
You see this question, I can remember it. I can remember. Statement 2, you cannot solve it. S is greater than 0. So you cannot. What is if you want to solve it?
I want to solve if X is an integer.
Wait, so if you didn't get 50%, don't say that I practice this with you. Go ahead.
That is X plus. Wait, is 0 an integer?
Yes, now.
Okay. So if X is an integer, 9 to the X equals to. What's in with this? X is larger than 0. If it's this for me, I will cross. So what I will say is 3 to the X. So 3 to the 3 to the second power. So 2x plus 3.
No. Let's say we can do this together if you don't mind. If you want us to do this together, you see this. If you remove the square root, it's coming here. Okay. If you remove the square root, it's coming here. 3 raised to the power s plus 3 raised to the power minus s all squared. So it's coming here. Okay, so it's coming here. Because it's, see what I'm doing, the square root is no longer there. So what is here? What is now there is b plus 2. B plus 2. Remember, if we square this, what we are going to get is 3. This 2 is coming here, so this becomes 2s plus the middle one will be 2 times 3 to the 2, this and this. Okay, that will be the middle one, and the last one is going to be 3 to the power minus 2s or minus, okay, minus 2s, 3 minus this, and this is still b plus 2. I want you to notice that this will go, this times this will go, because s minus s is 0, so 3 raised to the power 0 is 1, so that is now 2. What is here is 3 squared, this is 9s plus what is there. Oh, I didn't write this s properly, so what is there is 3, what is there is, you can bring these 2 to rest here, so if you bring these 2 to rest here, it becomes 9 first, 3 squared 9, then you put s, and 2 minus this 2 that is remaining here is gone, so what is remaining is b, so it is statement 1 is sufficient. Let's go.
Okay.
Your turn.
Another way I would have even done it if I was confused. Okay, next, let's go. So, guys, net income equals his gross income minus his deduction. But by what percent the guy interchange the giant when both his gross income and his deduction increase? So, net is gross minus deduction. Good. So both his gross and his deduction increase. So that means his net increase, right? So guy's gross income increase by what? By what percent the guy's income change? Yeah. So guy's gross income increase. So N equals G minus B, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guy's gross income increased by 44% in January 1. So if he increased by 4% in January 1,
I want
right?
say
So
I want you to think straight. Okay, if you are thinking straight, the first thing is, if guys gross income increase, what happens to his deduction? His deduction we don't know, so not sufficient. If guys deduction increase, what happens to his gross income? We don't know, not increase, so not sufficient. We start combining them together. If we start combining them together, you know, when we are combining things together, the more a lot of people are taking decision, we don't know who to be blamed. So that is what happens in some country, like what has been happening in Nigeria for some time, not with this present administration. When something happens, you don't know exactly who you are going to blame. It's not like collective people, right? Also, since we are going to choose any number we like, we don't know, because at the beginning we can say that his income is 100 and his deduction can even be negative. You know that somebody can be earning money, like in some countries that are or in China. All the money you earn this month may not be enough to serve that debt. So it could even be that your deduction is more than what you are earning. Okay. But we don't know what's the deduction. We don't know at all. So varying it, this type of question normally, yes, it's normally it's normally lead to A. Assuming the deduction and this thing is just one face value, then that could have been even a different thing. Okay. Next one. Paula and Sandy. Okay.
were among those who sold raffle tickets. If Paula and Sandy sold a total of 100 tickets, how many tickets were among those? Okay, so the tricky thing is, it's not only Paula and Sandy that are selling tickets.
Yes, but we can set up statement 1 as 2s over 2 over 3s equals 100. This we can solve. So statement 1 is, statement 1 is, statement 1 becomes sufficient. But for statement 2, we don't know the total. Remember that this 100 is not the total. This 100 is the total between Sandy and Paula. The total we don't know, right? Anything we don't know can be filled with misinformation, with gossip, with any variable. So we don't know. Only statement 1 is sufficient. Okay.
Hold on. If Paula and Sandy sold a total of 100 tickets, how many tickets did Paula? Hold on, sir. Please, I want to solve this way out. So
You
So
you are not meant to solve it. The thing is that can we form an equation?
I want to
Uh-huh.
see p plus s plus p plus x plus p plus s plus x, right, equals total, right? Total
P
number of
was P
tickets.
plus what?
So p plus s, right? Paula and Sandy
Mm-hmm.
is 100 plus x equals total number of tickets, right? So then the statement one then says Sandy sold to Ted and many. So we know this, but we're trying to find how many tickets did Paula sell. Oh, since we know the ratio of, so A alone is sufficient. A.
Yeah,
That is it.
but you actually wasted time there, because in the
Yeah.
actual, yes, in the actual problem solving, we know that if I know something, we can express something in terms of the other. We know that the other one too, we can solve it.
Yes. I was thinking too hard.
Okay.
So an employee is paid 1.5 the excluding Sunday, and two times the higher for each hour worked on. So how much? Oh, this one I remember this one. This one.
Okay, let's go straight. Let's be faster. The employee regular hourly rate is $10. This is not sufficient. Why? Because we don't know how many hours he put in. My hourly rate is $10, but I don't know how many hours. So that looks that might look attractive, but how many hours we don't know. Not sufficient. Last week the employees worked a total of 54 hours, but did not work more than 8 hours on any day. Okay, so this is also not sufficient. Why? Those SS are not defined. From this we can find out how many hours work on weekly, but because the SS on Saturday and Sunday are even different, right? Because excluding Sunday per week, excluding Sunday, and two times the regular hour rate for hourly work on Sunday. So we don't know what of these SS hour worked, how many of them are for Sunday, how many of them are for the other days. Since we don't know, so we still have a missing information. A missing information is a variable that can take any value, so we don't know. So we go for E. All right, try your luck here.
Oh God. Okay. Let's go. Scroll up, please.
What is the
So
perimeter?
the
The
hypotenuse of a right triangle
mm-hmm.
is then this thing.
So
What is the perimeter?
okay, is 10. So what is the perimeter? The area of the triangle, the area of, so remember that we can set up this S and Y. So we can set up S and Y here.
Okay, so if the two legs, it says the two legs are the same, so it's x and x. It's not just x and y.
Hmm.
X and x. So 2x squared. So you need, the question is the data sufficient to answer? That's what we need to go find out. So do we have, so 2x squared is equal to,
Time is over.
what was the answer?
63%.
No. What was the answer to that question?
Okay, to the answer of that question, what question is that again? If you notice,
The hypotenuse.
they gave us the area. If they are equal, if they are equal, is going to be sufficient on its own, because you know that if they are equal, is going to be if they are equal, it's going to be what we have only one value, so it's going to be s squared plus s squared equals 10 squared. So we can solve for s. Since we can solve for s, then we find the perimeter. But if
Hold on. So we just only need one of those, right? Because we know it's x times x is what?
the
I think.
I want to statement 2 is the statement 2 is sufficient. I want to be sure of statement 1. I want to be sure of what statement 1 stated again. I want to see statement 1, but statement 2, this is the question here. The first statement, so okay, say the first statement is the area of the triangle is 25. the area of the triangle is 25 square centimeter. So the area of the square. But the one I said is sufficient is the second one. If s equals s, remember. If s if s equals s, so s squared plus s squared equals 10. We have only one s, so we can solve it. It's simply 2s squared equals 10, so we can solve s. Once we find s, they are not saying that s must be an integer. So we do the, what is it called? We find s and find the perimeter. The perimeter is s plus 10. But in that statement 1, look at the statement 1 this way. The statement 1 is, this is the statement 1. The statement 1 says that the area is 25 square. What happened here is, we don't know the sides, so let's call them s and y, or let's use the traditional distance AB. So s squared plus b squared equals 10 squared, Pythagoras theorem. Then half AB equals 25. So we have the simultaneous equation with two unknowns, so we can solve it. So we solve simultaneously and find the answer. Remember that in data sufficiency, you are not necessarily looking for the exact answer, but to say whether a question can be solved or not. So wow. This what I'm explaining to you is actually straightforward. So what do you want me to hold on? A squared plus b squared equals 10 squared is Pythagoras theorem. So it's a Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah,
Is okay.
So why do you think? Oh, you're taking the square root. Okay, I see. So you say half
AB. I didn't do anything. This one, statement 1, the first equation, a squared plus b squared equals 10 squared, is what the question already stated. Remember that it said that the hypotenuse, this is the triangle here. This is the triangle. So this place is 10, and this place is A, and this place is B. So a squared plus b squared equals 10 squared. That's right angle triangle. So it's a rule. Is that not? Pythagoras theorem. But the statement 1 is saying that the area is 25. That is, the area is half AB, because the area is defined by the legs, not the hypotenuse. So half times A times B equals 25. That gives us the second equation. We can solve these two equations to find the answer. That is it. So we can solve A and B from here. Then we look for our perimeter. That's all. So it's not, you are not expected to actually do the solving, but to say whether we can find it. Can we find the perimeter? We can turn this question to something small, which is, can we find the perimeter? And the answer is yes, we can find the perimeter. Is that correct? Is that?
Okay, let's go ahead. I think I'm overthinking this question. Alright.
There's nothing like overthinking. Let's put this thing. I don't like someone saying we don't like, so putting it. So in the seminary, if you are left-handed, and most things cannot be performed using left hand, you start using your right hand. So there's nothing to overthink here. A squared plus b squared equals 10 squared is Pythagoras theorem. So what are you overthinking? The area of a triangle is half base times height. Half A times B equals 25. So the question stated is plain, it's straightforward. If you are telling me that you overthink it or you're not understanding, sometimes I'm very, very stubborn when I teach people, because you can't be telling me that you didn't understand it. I will not agree with you. This is straightforward. You take it. If it's complex, we know that it's complex. If it's very, very complex, we can even suspend judgment. But this is not complex at all. This is straightforward. And why is the statement sufficient? The statement is sufficient because we don't really need to solve this stuff, right? All we need that can it be solved? And so the answer is yes.
You're confusing me. It's not
equals 25, not AB. Half AB equals 25, not AB. What is area of a triangle? Area of a triangle is half base times height. So it's half AB equals 25. It's not AB. Where did you see AB?
I was doing area of a square.
So it's not. So it's not half AB. So you can't say it's not straightforward. It's straightforward. It's very, very straightforward. Or depending on the level of awareness. So the awareness. Imagine if they send you to go and check the APC, where they're collecting that result. You allow them to manipulate the result. It's just.
There's no reason to overtake. You have two equations and two unknown.
But why are you now realizing it this late? This data sufficiency is over.
It's over, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I think other people are joining the session now. So let's see who is here with us.